Good morning, students. I hope all are doing good, staying healthy and safe at home. Don't forget to do your eye exercise. Do your eye exercise regularly before watching the video. So, in the last class, we started with the new lesson in chemistry, periodic classification of elements. Before going into the lesson, we are going to see interesting fact about element called francium, whose atomic number is 87. It occupies the 87th position in the periodic table. You all know very well the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. So here are some fun facts about this francium, and it is also the most expensive element in the periodic table. So first fact, if you see, it occurs naturally but decays so quickly that it cannot be collected for use. So naturally it occurs, but very quickly it will get degraded, which means decayed, and it cannot be recollected also. Only a few atoms of francium has been produced commercially, which means laboratory, in lab only very few atoms were produced. To produce that also, which means to produce some 100 grams of francium, it would cost a few billion US dollars. So how costly it is. See, it is the most expensive element in the periodic table. Now let's recap quickly what all we discussed in the last class. So we discussed the early concept, that is Dobrynin's triads. So what he did, he arranged the elements into three in a group, and he said the middle element will be having the atomic number when you take the average of first and the last element. And Newland's octaves periodic table was based on the music note. He said, like how the music note first and eighth note are similar, same way the properties of the first and eighth element will be similar. And then Mendeleev's periodic table was based on the atomic mass. And later on, modern periodic table came, which was discovered by Henry Moseley in 1913. He said the periodic table was based on the atomic number. So we saw the features and the groups and families of the periodic table. Today we are going to see the continuation, that is classification of these groups and the position of hydrogen and rare gas and the uses. Now let's start. So if you see, this is the periodic table. You all know very well. So this periodic table, you can see different colors has been used to highlight this periodic table, because with the help of different colors they are showing the different groups. Okay, now if you see, this periodic table has been subdivided into 4 subshells, which is S, P, D and F, 4 blocks. So based on this, we are going to see how these 4 blocks were classified. Okay, so already you know there are 7 periods and 18 groups in the periodic table. The vertical columns are called groups and the horizontal rows are called periods. There are 7 periods and 18 groups in the periodic table, and we all saw the families and group names also. First block is S block. So this block is your S block element. So this is your S block. This is your P block. In the center you have the D block, and in the bottom you have your F block. So these are the 4 different blocks which we have now. Now let us discuss one by one block first. So first we are going to see about the S block. So the S block element, it includes group 1 and group 2. So as you can see here, this is the group 1 element and this is the group 2 element. Group 1 is called as alkali metals and group 2 is called as alkaline earth metals, and sometimes they are also called as representative elements. And the elements in group 1, like if you take all these elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Just now we saw the property of this, what is that? One fact about francium. This is that francium. So, all these are metals except this hydrogen, which is a non-metal. That is why it is given in a different color. Is it clear? And they react with water to form solutions, and they change the color of a vegetable dye from red to blue. These solutions are said to be highly alkaline or basic. That is why they are called as alkali metals. That is your first group. If you take this second group, they combine with oxygen to form oxides. That is why they are called as alkaline earth metals. Okay, next we are moving on to the P block elements. This is our P block element. So here if you take, these elements are from group 13 to 18. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 to 12 are transition elements. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 13 to 18 only it is your P block elements. Okay, they include boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine families in addition to noble gases. So they are also called as representative elements. So what are all called as representative elements? This P block and this S block are also called as representative elements. The P block is home to the biggest variety of elements, and it is the only block that contains all the three types, which means you will have metals, non-metals and metalloids. If you take remaining S block, D block and F block, they all have only metals. But if you take this P block, they have, this is very important, you should never forget this, P block only have all the varieties like metals, non-metals and metalloids. Next is your D block elements. As I told you already, it is from 3 to 12 group elements, and they are found in the center of the periodic table, which is between S block and P block. In between, D block is present. Their properties are intermediate. So since it is present in between S and P block, their properties also intermediate of S block and P block elements. That is why they are called as transition. So transition means these D block elements are also called as transition elements because their properties, they kept on changing like S and P block elements, similar to that of the S and P block. That is why they are called as transition elements. Next we are moving on to this fourth block, which is your F block element. Actually this F block element is present here. There were no position inside that periodic table. That is why it is kept under this periodic table. It includes 14 elements, lanthanides, we call it as lanthanoids, and 14 elements after actinium we called actinoids, and they are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. They are called as inner transition elements. They are called as inner transition because transition elements க்கு உள்ள இருந்து ஸ்பேஸ் இல்லன்ட்டு இதை வெளியில கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. அதனால inner transition elements. Is it clear, ma? So you have to always remember we have 4 blocks like S, P, D and F. Is it clear? Okay.